Good afternoon, guys. This is Rony Velasquez with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services California Properties, and today we're going to be talking about the listing presentation. Now, before we can get into the listing presentation, there's certain things that need to happen before we do the listing presentation. And in the previous video, if you watched the previous video, we talked about the pre-listing appointment. If you haven't watched that video, please stop this video right now and go to the other video first, because this videos come in a sequence. So you need to watch the pre-listing appointment. So this class is the listing presentation. Now, I want to remind you that this class is a 30-minute condensation of a 3-hour class that we have in the company, and I want to encourage and invite everyone to come to the 3-hour class, because there's no way I can teach you everything that I can teach you in 3 hours. I cannot teach it to you in 30 minutes, but we're gonna get the best of the best right here in this video. So keep watching. All right, so let's talk about the listing appointment. There's certain things that need to happen before you prepare and you go to the listing appointment. And the first thing that you need to do is you need to be able to do a comparison market analysis of the property. That means that you need to know how to establish the value of that home and how to share that information with your clients. So that's the first thing we're going to talk about. The second thing we're going to talk about is the seller's net sheet. We're going to talk about all the items, the cost of sale for a property, because when you're selling a property, you have cost of sale. So we're going to talk about those items as well. The next thing that we're going to talk about is the actual marketing of the property. What is it that you're going to do to market and sell those properties, that property? Because ultimately, your sellers, they're hiring you for a reason, and one of the reasons they're hiring you is because they want you to market and sell their property. So you have to tell them exactly what you're going to do in order to market and sell their property. The next thing that we're going to talk about is sales price strategy, how to establish the right price for the sales of the property. And the next part is commission structure. So we're going to go into commission structure as well. Let's start with the first part. Let's start with the comparable market analysis. Before we start with comparable market analysis, I got to tell you this. The principles of value. If you went to real estate school, you probably know this. The principles of value. Now, there's 4 different ways to appraise property, and you have the sales comparison analysis, and you have the gross analysis, the cost approach, the capitalization approach, etc., etc. Now, what we're going to do right now is we're going to focus on the comparable sales analysis, and the reason why is because this is the most widely used analysis. Number 1, number 2 is the easier to do, and it's number 3 for residential sales is probably the most correct one to use. So comparable sales analysis, okay, that's what we call a CMA, comparison market analysis, competitive market analysis, whatever you want to call it. All right, before we start with that, we're going to talk about the principles of value. See, in comparable sales analysis, there's 4 principles of value. Number 1, location. The location of the property is going to establish the value of the property. The next one, size and amenities. Next one, condition. And next one is the demand of the property in the area. So let me give you an example of this. Let's say, for example, all things being equal, same type of property, same bedrooms, same bathrooms, etc. One property is in the city of Bellflower. The next property is in Newport Beach overlooking at the ocean. Which property do you think is going to be worth more? Obviously the one in Newport Beach. Why? Because of location. Let's go to size and amenities. Same property, same area of the property. Let's say Bellflower. You have 2 properties. One of them is a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom condo, 900 square feet, and or single-family residence, 900 square feet. The other one is a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2,000 square feet home. Which one do you think is going to be worth more? Obviously the one with a bigger size. Next one is the condition of the property. 2 properties being equal. Watch this. If a property is the same bedroom, same bathroom as the other property, but one of them has been highly upgraded, completely renovated, new star appliances, etc., etc., and the other property is a tenant-owned property, completely destroyed, which one is going to be worth more? Obviously the one with a better condition. And lastly, demand. A property that is the same, let's say a property just built by KB Homes right here in the city of Bellflower, and they have another property with a similar layout, etc., in the city of Indio. Which one do you think is going to be worth more? Obviously the one here in Bellflower, because he has more demand. So what I want you to know is that when you're establishing the value of a property, the most important thing that you need to do is find the right comparables for that home, and that is key. Never trust those online valuation models, because those online valuation models don't work. They just don't work. And I'll tell you the reason why they don't work. They don't work because you're putting in all these properties in one basket, and you think that the value of these properties will tell you the value of your home. But guess what? In that basket, you're looking at properties that are not the same condition, they're not the same size, they're not the same amenities, they're not in the same location, etc., etc. And that's the reason why those online valuation models don't work. Do your homework when you're doing your comparison market analysis. Find the right homes for that particular property. You're looking for properties that are within the same area and same type of property, same condition, same year built, etc., etc. We're going to go to some of the criteria right now. Some of the criteria goes like this. Once you go into Matrix to do a comparison market analysis, which I'm not going to be able to do today because that takes me another hour or so, but once you go to do a CMA, this is what you're looking for. You're looking to enter the criteria. And the criteria goes something like this. Number one, same property type. That is to say that if you're going to do a comparable market analysis on a property, you need to find a property that is the same type of property. So that is to say single families to single families, condominiums to condominiums, townhomes to townhomes, mobile homes to mobile homes, manufactured homes to manufactured homes, land to land, commercial property to commercial property, etc. So the very first step that you need to do when you go to Matrix or the MLS system to find properties is to establish the right type of property, the same type of property, right? The next thing that you need to do is you need to look at properties that are currently active, because those properties will tell you where the market is heading, and also the properties that are currently under contract, active under contract, pending, and those properties that have sold within the last 0 to 30, 0 to 90, 0 to 180 days. So you're looking at active under contract, pending, and sold properties in the last 6 months. That's the next criteria. The next criteria is within a mile radius of the property, the subject property, 1 mile radius of the subject property. That's the next criteria. The next criteria is within 10% of the square footage of the home. So you have your subject property home, you take away 10%, 10% lower, 10% higher. So let's say, for example, 1,500 square feet, you're going to take out 150 square feet, and you're going to put 150 square feet, and there you go from 1,350 to 1,700 square feet. So that's the size. The next thing is amount of bedrooms and bathrooms. You're looking at the same amount of bedrooms and bathrooms, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, for example. And lastly, this is an optional, but I recommend that you use it, is the same property type of sale. In our marketplace, we have 3 kinds of sales that we usually have. The first kind of sale is the equity sale. Equity sales is properties that usually sell at market value. You have an equity seller, a property owner that lives in the property. They usually sell at market value. Then you have those remodel properties. Have you seen those flip properties? Completely remodeled, completely upgraded, right? And it could be an owner occupied as well, but most of them are investor owned, right? Those properties has been highly renovated. Those properties usually sell a little bit above market value. And then on the other side of the scale, you have those properties that are in really bad shape. And I'm talking about foreclosures, short sales, probates. I'm looking at tenant-occupied properties and things like that. They look really, really bad. They're not being, well taken care of, etc. Those properties usually sell for lower than market value. So when you're doing a CMA, the most important thing is that you're comparing apples to apples. That you want to make sure that the comparables that you're using actually match the property that you're looking to value it. So if the property is highly upgraded, you need to compare it with properties that is highly upgraded. So if the property is really in really bad shape, you need to compare it to properties that are really bad shape. So use that criteria. Once again, I'm going to go down the list a little bit. Same property types, properties currently active under contract, pending, and closed, within 1 mile radius of the subject property, within 10% of the square footage of the home, approximately the same amount of bedrooms and bathrooms, and the same sale type, equity sales, probate, short sale, foreclosures, bank-owned properties, etc., etc. Once you do that and you enter that criteria in Matrix, I promise you this, you'll find what you're looking for. If you need more information on how to do this, go to my YouTube channel, which is Maya Team TV, MAYATEAM TV, as in television, so Maya Team TV, and in YouTube, and there's a video on there that says how to create a CMA in 10 minutes or less. Watch that video, because that video is going to take you step by step on the process of creating a CMA. Alright, so you created your CMA, you have an approximation of what the value is of the property. The next thing that you need to do is you need to do a seller's net sheet. In order to do a seller's net sheet, you need to know how much people owe against their property, and that's on the pre-listing appointment. We ask those questions so we know how much people owe against the property, right? So you need to do a seller's net sheet. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. When you come to my class, I am going to give you a seller's net sheet. And now the seller's net sheet, when you print it, is going to look something like this. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but it looks something like that. It's going to print on 8.5 by 11. It's going to be completely filled out. All the information is already there. So let me show you how it works. All you have to do is you have to put the sales price of the property here. You have to put how much they owe against that property there. If they have many liens or a couple of liens, you can put them in there as well. You need to put their names, your property address, your picture, your information, and now you have a complete seller's net sheet. Everything in here is going to be pre-calculated. So we have all of the cost of sale. So the cost of sale is divided in two parts. The first part is the minimum cost, and the next part is the higher cost. So for example, in this example here, let's say for example that the seller is going to pay for the home warranty. The home warranty runs you anywhere between $240 to $650. The next cost of sale is going to be the documentary stamps. If you're looking at documentary stamps in Los Angeles County, it's $5.60 per thousand. In Orange County, San Bernardino County, and Riverside County, it's $1.10 per thousand. Alright, so you need to know that. The escrow fees is $2 per thousand plus $200 base. Title insurance policy, termite inspection and repairs, national hazardous, prorated interest, property taxes, lender's demand of beneficiary stating, service fee, notary fee, miscellaneous fees, buyer costs, and finally marketing of the property. You know what usually call that commission. As you can see here, everything is already pre-calculated. You don't have to make any changes. But if you want to make changes, you can. You can go in there, you can change whatever you want, right? Now what we have here at the end is we have an estimation of how much money this person is going to make out of the sale of the property. So in this case, it's somewhere between $178,000 and $185,000. So now you can go and tell them this is how much you're going to cash out of the property. It is important that you do a seller's net sheet. And it is important also that you include the correct information. I'll tell you the reason why. Because if you don't, you may make a mistake, because chances are that this property are going to be upside down in their home after the cost of sale of the property. So you need to be very careful in how you do the seller's net sheet, because there is a big difference between a property with equity and as an equity sale, and a property that is upside down that is going to turn into a short sale. So you have to be careful with that. So anyways, that's the seller net sheet. It is provided to you once you come to the training. Let's go to the next part. The next part is the marketing presentation. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over some of the slides in the marketing presentation, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to tell you a little bit about them, but here's this. In the YouTube channel for Bruce Mulhern, if you go to www.brucemulhern.com, it takes you straight into the YouTube channel. If you go into the search menu, you put listing presentation, and the listing presentation video is going to be there. We have a 45-minute listing presentation video that I did myself. It's in there. I want you to watch it, and I want you to go over that, because I'm not going to go over that right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some of the slides, and I'm going to tell you some of the tools that we use to put this listing presentation together, and how you can also get these tools. All right? So let's get into that right now. This is the proposal, which you can change. This presentation, by the way, is available for you when you come to the class. I give you a copy of it, so you can customize it. You can see here our information. For example, this is our team. This is our certification and licenses. I'm not going to go over that because that's on the video. I'm going to skip that because that's on the video. I'm not going to go over that because that's on the video. This one too. So let's keep going here. All right, we're going to talk about our company, which is important. And then the next part. Let's talk about the Advantage programs, the Mulhern Advantage program. Our company has 7 different programs that are fantastic. You need to know these programs. We have the cosmetic repair loan, we have the foreclosure prevention, we have the bridge loan program, we have the tenant occupied, we have the trading program, the guarantee sale program. All of those programs are great. This is the advantage that we have in this company that no other company has. So I want you to come to the classes for the Mulhern Advantage programs. We have classes every Friday, every Thursday and Friday, at 10 o'clock in the morning and at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to come to the classes here. I'm not going to spend any time talking about the Mulhern Advantage programs because they're great, they're fantastic. I'm sure that in Bruce Mulhern's channel you can find more information about them, but obviously come to the classes because we have classes for that. So that's that. Let's go to the next one here. Professional photography. If nothing else, professional photography is one of the things that I highly recommend that you do for your properties. It really is beyond me how many people take listings and they don't take good pictures. A picture says 1,000 words. If you take a really good picture of a property and enhances that property, embellishes that property, it makes people want to go see it, and most people, they want to offer more money for that property. So having good professional photography is very, very important. So I think that you should do professional photography. Property insurance, home insurance. We offer, as part of our package, we offer home insurance for the property. This covers appliances, electrical and plumbing, and roof, minor roof repair. So if the property starts leaking, if the water heater breaks, if the plumbing or electrical are malfunctioning, during the term of the listing, they are completely protected by the home warranty company. There's a minor copayment of $75, but I'll tell you what, the home warranty company will come in and they can fix it or replace it at no extra charge. I want you to talk to them about how the home protection helps them in keeping their property up to date and making sure that everything is taken care of before we have buyers coming into the home. So that's important. Let's go to the next part. Putting the property in the MLS, you know that's the standard. The next thing is this, talking to the agents that are currently working with potential buyers in the system. So watch this, when you take a listing, there is already buyers looking for properties similar to your property. So how do you get to those buyers? Well, you have to get through them through their agents. So what you do is you go to Matrix, you go to My Listings, you go to Reverse Prospecting, and you'll get a list of all the agents that currently have a buyer looking for properties that are similar to your property. So what do you need to do next? You need to call them. You need to call them and you need to say, hey, listen, I just got a listing right now. I'll tell you one thing. If you have agents that currently have buyers working and looking for property in the area, they're working in the area and they're looking for buyers in the area, chances are they have a buyer for your property. So I want you to pick up the phone and give them a call. Don't send them emails. Don't send them emails. Email go to the trash. Nobody looks at emails anymore. And if they do look at the email, they're just going to put them in the trash anyway. Pick up the phone and call those agents. Do what you need to do in order to sell this property. Your sellers will appreciate it. Flyer box and flyer and post and sign. You know, that's the standard. We do that for everybody. Control access, supra key. You need to have a supra key in the property. One of the reasons properties don't sell is because the seller does not make the property easily available for people to go and see it. Make sure that you have a supra key so you can give people access to come into the property. This supra key is going to bring a lot of good buyers into the property. Telemarketing. Toll-free number. We have a system that you can get in which you can get a toll-free number. The cost of the system is only $2 per month, and you can get as many toll-free numbers as you want, and it's easy to set up. So if you want to know how to do this, come to the class and I'll show you how to do it. Motivated buyers. Now watch this. We also know that there's motivated buyers in the market right now. Who are these people? Watch this. People who are tenants in properties that are currently active for sale. Think about it. Think about it. If you're a tenant and your landlord gave you notice that they're selling the property, wouldn't you be motivated to buy a home? Absolutely, absolutely. So what you can do is you can go to Matrix, you can go to the MLS, you can run a list of all the active listings within, let's say, 1 to 3 mile radius around the subject property, and you can find out those addresses and you can mail them a flyer. You can actually mail them a flyer and say, hey, listen, property is already for sale. Well, don't say that. Just send them a copy of the flyer and they will know that this property is available. Some of those people will contact you because they're highly motivated to buy a property. So that's important right there. Let's go to the next one, Voice Blaster. We also have a system that automatically calls people. So all you have to do is upload the list of people that you want to call, and the system automatically calls the people. You can use this to promote open houses, to promote just listed properties, etc. You can use it for general marketing in general terms. We show you how to set up that system. All you have to do is come to the class, okay? Newspaper advertising. Our company also invests time and money in putting properties in the newspaper. So check with your manager and see which newspaper you have availability for, all right? Internet marketing. Look at this, internet marketing. There's a system that we have also that provides you all the internet marketing that you need. It provides you with exclusive website, mini website, QR code, text code writers, calling capture, YouTube video, property RSS feed, feedback system, Craigslist paid posting tool, Realtor.com posting tool, syndication, etc., etc. All of the things that you ever need, you can accomplish by using some of our websites. Okay, so we have that as well in our company. Let's talk about the next thing. Let's see, YouTube video, syndication, worldwide advertising. Worldwide advertising. When you give me the world, when you give me the listing, I'll give you the world, literally. I like that catchphrase. Through Proxio, which is provided by the MLS system, through Proxio you can create an account and you will become the international MLS agent. Now look at the benefits of becoming an agent with Proxio. Number one, you can market that listing not only locally but also globally. You can market that listing in 19 different languages, 54 different currencies. Over 600,000 international agents belong to Proxio, and you can market to all of those agents. So you have the premier international real estate MLS system that you can belong to, and all of that is accomplished through Proxio. And all you have to do is go to Matrix, go to links, and go to Proxio. That's all you have to do. Create an account and add your listings, and that's fantastic. Let's go to the next part. Mobile advertising, e-flyers, postcards and flyers. Our company has a system called BeHHS Resource, and the BeHHS Resource, we have over 1,000, yes, 1,000 marketing pieces that you can use. Marketing pieces that you can use. Over 1,000. You have flyers, postcards, door hangers, newsletter, invites, e-letters. You have video e-flyers, etc. All of this is ready to go. Once you have a listing in the MLS, it automatically downloads into your platform, and you can create the flyers automatically. You don't even have to type anything. All you have to do is download it from Matrix, and it goes right into the flyer. So this is a great tool of having when you're working with a company. Open houses, buyer representation, going paperless. Also, electronic signatures. You know that Zip Forms offers you electronic signatures. You have two companies that you can choose from, Digital Ink and DocuSigns. Those companies will do electronic signatures for your clients, and one of them is absolutely free. Digital Ink is absolutely free, so you can take it. DocuSign is also a great company at a very low cost, so I highly recommend that you get it. So electronic signatures right there. We also have a relocation department. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services prouds itself from being one of the companies that has the best, and I see by the far the best relocation company in the world. Whether your clients are moving across the states, across country, or another country for that matter, we have offices everywhere, almost everywhere in the world, and we can relocate people. So if you want to take advantage of that, find information about the relocation department in our company, and they can help you with your clients. Let me see one more. There you go. So this is the last slide. Look at this, guys. Ask the question to the sellers. If you were to pay someone, to sell your house, to market and sell your house, which by the way you are, what services would you expect in return? See, with most companies, most agents, they'll probably give you a yard sign, flyer box, some open houses, maybe a Supra key, but they're not the #1 company in Southern California, belonging to the #1 company in the world, Berkshire Hathaway. They're not going to be able to provide all of the things that we provide, like the bridge loan program, the cosmetic repair program, the guarantee sale program, the trading program, the tenant occupied program. They're not able to provide the home warranty protection, the staging and interior design consultation, professional photography, 24-hour information line, motivated buyer mail notification, voice blaster, huge newspaper coverage, massive internet exposure, mobile advertising, your own website, video tours, broker caravans, mega open house, e-flyer, 1,000 postcards, buyer capture, weekly reports, marketing tracking, and professional relocation. That's what we offer in the company, and I show you how to get all of this set up. I spent 3 hours just telling you exactly step by step the process of getting all of this set up. So if you haven't come to the class, I really encourage you to come, because I think it will be very, very beneficial to you. Anyways, listen guys, it's been a pleasure talking to you today. I'm sorry that I went too fast in some of these items, but once again, I highly recommend that you come to the class. But if you have any questions, give me a call, send me an email. I'm here for you anytime. And also remember, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, we have one of the best education programs in the country. Attend our classes, they're free. All you have to do is RSVP. So contact your manager or anybody who refer you, or contact the company. Tim Rush can give you access to the classes. Contact anybody and come to the classes. I really appreciate it. Have a good night.